In this video, we are going to do a couple problems involving similar triangles. So we're being asked here about a tree. I'm just going to draw a little tree. And we want to know what is the height. So we're looking for this right here. What is the height of the tree if it casts a 40-foot shadow? So here's our tree's shadow. And this is 40 feet. And we're also told that we have a 7-foot high road sign, and it casts a shadow of 2 feet 9 inches. Rather than writing 2 feet 9 inches, since that uses 2 different units, feet and inches, I am going to convert this into feet since our tree was reported in feet. So 9 inches divided by, there's 12 inches in a foot. 9 divided by 12 is 0.75. So the shadow of our road sign is 2.75. Oops, I forgot my 5. 2.75 feet. And then our height of our road sign is 7 feet. So what we have here are 2 triangles. Let me outline them in a different color so you can see. We have a triangle here, and we have a triangle here. And furthermore, these are similar triangles because shadows are created when an object gets in the way of the sun. So the sun is at the same angle for this triangle as it is for this triangle. So here we have the same angle. And then we have a right angle here and a right angle here. So those are the same angles. And then our only other angle is right here. So if 2 angles are the same, then the third one must be the same. Another way to think about it is, let's just say that this angle is 30. Okay, well this angle is 30. This angle is a right angle, so it's 90. This is 90. 30 plus 90 is 120. So this angle has to be 60. 30 plus 90 is 120, so this angle has to be 60 because all 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And I was just using 30 and 60 as an example. That might not be exactly what the angles are for this problem. Okay, so what we have is similar triangles. All of the angle measures are the same, but the sides are of different length. So we can create a proportion. And there's a couple ways that you can set up the proportion. What I like to do is triangle 1, I set up as a fraction. So I'm going to do height over 40. So height, we don't know this, over 40. So 1 triangle, 1 fraction, equals, and this is important, we have to use the same side. So this side right here corresponds to this side right here. So since h was on the top of our fraction, 7 has to go on the top of the fraction here. And then 2.75 goes on the bottom. And I left out units, but it's feet. So when we finish our problem, we will answer in feet. All right, we're going to cross multiply. So we have 2.75h. And then we have 40 times 7, which is 280. And then finally, we're going to divide both sides by 2.75. And we end up with h, the height of our tree, being equal to, I'm just going to round to the nearest whole number, 102 feet. Let's try a second problem. In this problem, we're being asked to find x. So this is a similar triangle problem. So what we need to do is figure out where there are two triangles. We see one triangle right here. And then there is a second triangle right here. And we have to assume that these lines are parallel. They look parallel. So if they're parallel, that means this angle and this angle are the same, because we have a transversal intersecting two parallel lines. So these angles are the same. And then same thing here. If these two lines are parallel, here's our transversal. These angles must be the same. And then both of our triangles actually share this angle. So we have two similar triangles, the red and the purple, because all the angles are the same, but the sides are different. If we're looking at our red triangle, let me just redraw it over here. We don't know anything about this side, but that's okay. We don't need to know that. We know that this side is 6.46, and we know that this side is 7. Now let's draw our purple triangle. For our purple triangle, this side right here is 7 plus 6, so 13. This side we're given is 5, and then this side over here is 6.46 plus x. Okay, so we need to figure out x, which means we're going to use this side, and that corresponds to this side of the red triangle. And then the red triangle, we're only given this information, and that corresponds to the 13 of our purple triangle. So what we're going to do is set up a proportion. Again, there's several ways to set up a proportion, but I like to make a fraction out of one triangle and then have it equal to a fraction of another triangle. The book does it slightly differently, but you'll come up to the same place. All right, I am going to do 6.46 over 7. So that's the two sides of my red triangle. 6.46 corresponds to 6.46 plus x, so that must go on top as well. And then the 7 from my red triangle, that corresponds to 13 in my purple triangle. Next, we're going to cross multiply. 6.46 times 13 gives us 83.98. And then we're going to cross multiply again. 7 times 6.46 plus x. We have to distribute that 7. 7 times 6.46 is 45.22. And then 7 times x is 7x. Next step, we want to get x by itself. We're going to subtract 45.22 from both sides. And we end up with 38.76 equals 7x. And then final step, divide by 7. X equals 5.54. Now, in this case, the question was asking what is x, so 5.54 is our answer. But you want to be careful, check what the question's actually asking you for. It could have been asking you for what is this side. So if you were being asked what is this side, you would have to do a final step where you took 6.46 and added it to 5.54. And when you do that, you end up with 12.